Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in previous video we have learned this dragonfly drawing. So if you want, you can get a link into my description sections to know how we have created this particular dragonfly. Now let's finish the composition. So today we are going to draw some flowers and leaves in between to finish. So let's start with today's video. So with the help of pencil, you can create a simple composition having 2-3 flowers and couple of leaves into it. I want to keep it very simple because anyways we have created a dragonfly into it, so we don't need very complex structure as of now. So I'm creating a couple of leaves at the base, creating a string and creating simple leaf pointed end, nothing fancy into the leaf structure. And then around the upwards direction I want to have a couple of flowers as well. Not sure whether we can keep one flower or two, but you can definitely try your stuff in this particular situation wherein you can create your own kind of leaf and flower. So I'm creating one flower here, a simple flower having 5 to 6 petals, normal perspective flower I am creating, and maybe one flower here which is little bit overlapped with the dragonfly, but I think it is too complicated, so let me rub it and make one more leaf instead of flower. So these kind of things you can definitely try, and that is why we are doing all these things with the help of pencil first, so that we can decide the final composition for ourselves. So I think this much is enough. I have a couple of leaves and flowers. Maybe we can create one more string here and create couple of leaves around it. So simple structure. Now this is the final structure that I needed. Now let's do the next step. Now you need to grab your ball pen to do all these things, because to start with we don't need any fancy pen. Although I'm using needle pen and this is size 03. It is not too fine and not too big, a normal size and perfect for the tracing. So I'm tracing everything whatever we have created with the help of pencil. Again, as I said, you don't need these kind of fancy pen to start with. If you are a beginner, just grab a normal ball pen and do these kind of stuff. You can do every sketching method with the help of normal ball pen also. So I have traced everything with the help of pen, and once you are ready with the final composition, you can rub all the unwanted pencil mark, and then we are going to beautify all the structure that we have with sketching methods. So that's the next step that we need to do. Now we are done with the tracing. Now let's move into the next step. So with the help of pen itself, we are going to add some extra detailing into the elements that we have created. So first I am creating the center part of the flower. So I did some cross hatching, and around that I have created some small structure to make it look like these are stamen. Now I need to perform some sketching method here. So when we create parallel line like these around the leaf area, this process is known as hatching. So the closer these lines you create, the darker shade you will get. So basically you can do this kind of line in any direction, but because this is a leaf and I want to create some diagonal lines on both the side, so that's why I'm creating something like this, and I'm repeating the same thing throughout the leaves that we have created. In this particular step you will get some extra shading and extra texture around your leaf area, and that is why these kind of method is important for your drawing. So this is called hatching. Now let's learn what is cross hatching. So once you create the parallel line, you do some cross line. Does not matter in which direction you are creating these cross line, and this process is known as cross hatching. Now we have another method called contouring, wherein you create these parallel line but as per the object shape that you have. So I'm not using contouring method here, but we can use hatching and cross hatching for the leaves and for the flowers as well. Now for the flower petals, I'm doing some soft shading. So with the help of very soft hand, you need to create lines only towards the edge to make the edge little darker. So that's the only thing I'm doing for the flower petal. And for the leaves, from inside to outside, I'm creating some soft shading around that particular area to get little darker color around the base of the leaf. So wherein these leaves are generating, that particular area I'm creating little darker. Now I think we are pretty much done with the leaves and the flower. Now two additional things we are going to do is basically creating some background using the same process. Like we are going to do some hatching and cross hatching for the background as well. So whatever space we are seeing in between these flowers, leaves and dragonfly, we can have some kind of background. So for that also you can do hatching and cross hatching. The only difference is when you are creating the parallel line, keep it at distance so that those background are not too dark and it is more like we have some kind of shading around the background. So for that matter, I'm doing some cross hatching in between white area that we have, but little bit at distance so that we cannot have very darker color around these area that we have. So something like this you can do, although these things are totally optional. If you like to do something like this, do it, otherwise you can totally skip it. It's totally up to you how you like to create your composition. Now the last thing which I'm going to do is, with the help of the biggest brush that I have, this is the biggest pen. You can use black color as well, or you can use auto filled brush pen as well, and you can create some kind of bold touch around this particular structure, like these that I'm creating around the dragonfly as well, and around the leaf as well, around the flower as well. We don't need to do too much in this particular step, but little highlighting here and there is totally fine, and this will definitely elevate your overall drawing structure. You can do these kind of things especially around the corner. So whenever you feel like you have a little corner in between two leaves or something, you can try to create that particular area little darker with something like this, and you can finish your drawing. And that's all we needed. So hope you have liked this video, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.